We build quality products, and yes, there's a price for the quality, but you know what? There's a high price of poor quality.
The problem with small campers is that they're limited in what they can do. And if they could do something, oftentimes that requires moving objects around within the cabin or popping up the roof to get more usable space. I find over time this can take away from your overall camping experience. So that's what this episode is about. A small trailer that lives large without all those modular aspects getting in the way. But as usual, stick around to the end of this episode to catch my pros and cons, where I'll be sharing my honest take on this trailer.
When we were looking to build a little guy Micromax, there was a camper that used to be built years ago. Your audience may or may not have heard of it. It's called Serro Scotty. They're very vintage, they're iconic. They built thousands and thousands and thousands of trailers back in the 60s and the 70s. His name was John Serro. They actually had 3 plants, one in Oklahoma, one in Florida, and one right outside of Somerset, PA, where our factory is located. So I met Gary Purcell, who's John Serro's grandson, went to Scottyland, pulled out a 1968 Serro Scotty Sportsman, which they built thousands of them. It was their #1 builder. And we actually pulled a 1968 Serro Scotty Sportsman out of a barn in Scottyland, took it to our factory, and that was the template to build the little guy Micromax. It's one of our newest models that we have out. It's 15 feet long, it's 1,800 pounds, and it will go into a standard 7-foot garage. Not only that, but you can actually stand up inside of this, and it's garageable. So a lot of coaches out there on the marketplace, you don't have that feature. It has some things on the side here that I can show you. This has power here for to plug in, because this holds your TV on the outside if you want to take the TV from the bedroom area and hang it out here. Also have a plug for the HDMI cable here as well. This is for a lagoon mount table. So if you want to cook outside, you can take this lagoon table mount from up there in the front dinette area, put the table here, and then you've got your gas line here, put your grill here. You can sit here and you can be outside with your handy dandy table. If you want to watch TV, put the TV out here and you're good to go.
And you throw that awning over all this, right?
Throw the awning on this. I mean, you have a whole lot of trailer in a 15-foot little guy Micromax. Here's our windows, which are very unique about this trailer. It's a dual panel, it's acrylic, it's insulated, and we have these embedded screens and blinds in here. Now, one of the nice things about it is it's thick. You'll see it's about 1 inch thick, so it keeps it cool, keeps it quiet, keeps it warm, and you don't get condensation. Condensation in a camper is not a good thing, so we're very proud of the fact that we have these really nice windows. This is the mount for the TV. If you want to hang it outside there, you have speakers here. If you want to tailgate, watch TV, and have music. This is a unique feature here as well. This is a propane line, so if you want to cook outside, we run the line from the front propane tub. We have it here so you can put a grill and plug in. This has your storage in here, which has a lot of room to put things in there if you like.
So that, I'm looking right there. So one of my gripes with these pass-through storage or storage under the bed is it's shallow.
Yeah.
But it looks like I can stick a tent back there, like a clamshell or something.
Well, the screen room that goes on the side of this would fit back in there.
How long do you think that might be?
How long that is?
Yeah, how deep is that?
So we're looking at over 38 inches. So you have 38 inches of space if you want to put on a screen room on the side of this and store it back there, you can. And that's what this is for, this Keter rail. And we have this on both sides. Now, what's nice about that is this channel interfaces with aftermarket screen room, awnings, and visors. So you can extend your living room space and not affect your weight. So that's a real nice feature to have. It's called a Keter rail system. And most of the people who buy this unit will opt to get on the aftermarket accessories. Back here, we're using all azdel on our construction. Even the sidewall is all azdel, which is a synthetic composite. So there's no wood in the structure. And here we have one piece of fiberglass azdel here, and there's no seams on our roof. And we even have a 2x2 receiver rack back here. If you want to haul bikes, you can do that. It's rated for 150 pounds. But it's a nice feature to have, and it comes standard on all of our units. We do have a solar panel here. That's a 100-watt solar panel that trickle charges your battery all the time. So solar is a great option on these. Most of our customers want to have solar. This actually has the Rough Rider package, which is a bigger tires and wheels and a 3-inch lift. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, the standard Micromax has a different tire on it, so it will go into a 7-foot garage. But if you opt to have this option, it lifts it up a little bit, and you may not be able to get into a 7-foot garage, but that's an option on this. This is your power port to plug in for 30 amp service at the campground. This is for your external shower that we have available here, which is, oh, here's the external shower. Sorry about that. That fills your water tank. So if you want to hose off the dog or whatever, you got a shower to do so. And it does have hot water, I might add. So that's a nice feature. A lot of showers don't have hot water, which we do have on this. And we'll come around the front here. Those are your hoses for emptying your holding tank there. The front tub, this houses your propane and it houses your battery, which is nice. And we like to go with a really nice high-end diamond plate tub here. So your 25-pound tank here for propane, and you can put 2 batteries in here. You can put a battery here, you can put a battery here if you want to do that. Give you a little bit more capacity. Has a very light tongue weight. I believe it's around 240-pound tongue weight on the unit, so it's very well balanced. Now this window does open. Look how much that opens up, which is a great feature because you get all kinds of cross ventilation. Again, it's the windows is a very, very cool feature. I call it the 4 W's. Our woodworking we'll talk about when we get inside, the windows, the walls being azdel, and the lightweight because we use aluminum construction. So we use very, very good high-end components. And as you can see, we build on a radius. And when you do that, you got to have custom parts. But look how nice this screen is. So you can have the windows open. And if you want some privacy, you can put your blind up there and have privacy. Another thing about it is the rain. If it's raining outside, you can actually have this window open and leave it like that because it does overlap the opening. So that's a nice feature. You can have the windows open even if it's raining. Of course, it's not blowing in there, but that's nice. And again, it's dual panel, it's acrylic, it's insulated. It's about 1 inch thick. You don't find that on standard RV windows. You find basically 1/8 inch tempered glass. So the windows are a very big deal with the Little Guy product line. As we come around here to the front of the side of the trailer, you'll see the Keter rail here again. This window actually does open here, and that's another nice feature. Can't get too many windows when you're camping, right? So this will open up. Nice screen and blind embedded in there. So that's how the door works with the embedded window, which is very popular with our customers. Okay, let's go inside here and take a look at the Little Guy Micromax. It's very, very exciting features and benefits we want to go over with you. So I am standing up in here, almost. I'm 6'2", but you can see there's a lot of room for someone to stand up. We have the cut frame here, so the floor drops in this section. And while I'm here, you can do the microwave, you can work on the stove, sink, refrigerator, but you don't have to get this particular floor plan, but this is called the CT for cassette toilet. So for those campers who absolutely have to have a cassette toilet, we have this set up in here to where, you know, there's your toilet if you need it. And then when you're not using it, you just go like this and it comes down like that. And now you have a counter space if you want to do that. Now, we do have a floor plan I want you to be aware of that has a sitting area here and our sitting area here. So you have 2 people can sit with a dinette, and this does convert into a bed. That's the standard floor plan. This is the CT, so you have an option on that. I just want to kind of make that clear. So as we're in here, you know, we have the window, another window here. Same thing, dual panel, acrylic, insulated. You know, we have the screens and the blinds, so you get a lot of cross ventilation. When you're in a little camper like this, it's nice to have airflow. So you get these windows all opened up. Boy, it's a great, very comfortable environment to be in. So a couple things right here at the center station as you walk into the Micromax. And again, because of the drop floor, you can stand up, which is awesome. We have this really nice Dometic stove. It's a 2-burner stove, so you can have 2 pots on there. Nice grid here. You have your control knobs here, so it's a very efficient stove that we've put into this. We thought out to put 2 burners instead of 1, which is actually by request of customers from the past, so we've done that with this nice Dometic stove. And this sink is really nice as well. We have a cover here, pull that off, and you have your strainer here. And then there's the inside of the sink, and you can actually pull this out, goes off your dishes. And then when you're done doing that, you put your strainers back on here, let your stuff dry and drip dry, or when you want to have more counter space, put this on top and you've got a lot of counter space there as well. The fridge, let's talk about that. Look inside of there. For this type of a camper, this small camper, this is a 12-volt fridge that we use. Has a lot of capacity in there, does a great job. Over here, I want to talk about some storage. Look at the storage we have here. It's a unique drawer that we use. Again, you'll notice dovetail construction. That's one of the 4 W's of the Little Guy product. Is number 1 is woodworking. See how nice this maple cabinet is? It's not stapled, it's not glued and screwed. It's a very nice hardwood cabinetry. And you can see the dovetail joints that we have right here. So the cabinets are very, very, very nice. Almost like you'd find in a house, not in a camper. So as we turn around here, we're going to go towards the back. First thing you're going to see is, wow, look at the space. It's amazing space. I mean, this here, you can seat 4 adults back here, no problem. And you could actually seat 2 adults up front there. So this is going to seat 6 people or sleep 3 adults. That's pretty impressive in a small camper like this. You have storage back here. Again, storage, 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 storage. This table then drops down and this converts into a nice queen size bed. So it's really nice. You got a lot of sleeping area. On the standard model, you can have your bed set up all the time and your dinette set up all the time. In fact, one of the things that we're doing now that's new on all the models, we are configuring this cabinet here to fit a porta potty standard. So you get a Little Guy Micromax with the new cabinet feature in here. You can have your porta potty here, and then you can have two sitting areas and a dinette there. So you got a great use of space. So on those rainy days, hopefully you don't have those when you're out camping, but if you do, we do have a TV here that you can watch a movie on. Also, what's nice is this will come off and you can hang it outside the unit and put the awning on there, put the TV out there. You can take this table and you can set this table up out there and be outside. So it's an inside, outside TV. And also down here, we do have 12 volt. No, we do have the 110 power USB. Now, as we come around this way, over here is kind of the control station. And we can talk about what we have available over here. First of all, we do have air conditioning in this. And voila, the little remote for your air conditioners right here. Our control panel here, this is for the solar. As I showed you earlier in the tour, on top of this, we have a 100-watt solar panel, and this is actually taking a charge here. So this helps you moderate how this is charging your battery, which is really, really nice. Thermostat here. It does have a furnace in here that runs off of propane. And you have your microwave. Storage here. You have your control panel here for your water pump, your electric heater, your gas, your furnace, your interior and exterior lighting are all on this panel here. Here is your radio, and this is your power converter where you can check your fuses and breakers and things like that. It's convenient because it's right here as you come in the door. You don't have to get on your hands and knees to change a fuse. Talking about the exterior now and some of the azdel, number 1. The exterior of this is an azdel composite, but basically what that means in layman's terms, it's a synthetic composite. There's no wood, there's no formaldehyde. It's not going to get rot, mildew, mold. It's a green product. It will last a very, very long time. So that's what we use in our construction. The structure is an aluminum cage structure on this, so that's how we keep the weight down. Because when you're using aluminum, it's lighter, it costs a little bit more money. But you know what? Now you've got an investment that you can enjoy for a long time, and you're not buying a cheap throwaway camper. You're buying something that you can actually use for a very, very long time. It's going to last a long time. So we build quality products, and yes, there's a price for the quality, but you know what? There's a high price of poor quality. So it just makes sense to buy and invest in something you know is going to last a long time, that you're going to have a great experience in, and that's our goal.
So I know the Playing with Sticks community.
Yep.
And in the comments, they are going to hammer you on this drop floor. And they're going to say, that's not enough clearance. That's not going to get you anywhere. This trailer isn't going to take you to where you need to go for camping.
Okay.
What would you say to
Well,
that?
and that's a good point. I can see that, but this has been looked at and looked at and looked at and looked at and engineered. And we actually pulled a 1968 Serro Scotty Sportsman out of a barn in Scottyland, took it to our factory, and that was the template to build the little guy Micromax. So I know this floor plan has been tested and tried by thousands of trailers that were out there during the day with the Serro Scotty. We have tested it and tested it and tested it. We have a ton of these on the road right now. I have not heard of one occurrence of anybody having any issues with the clearance.
And that's something I'd love to take it out, but just from an anecdotal perspective, like in Alaska, our clearance on the 4x8 teardrop was 12 inches.
Okay.
I not once hit the bottom, the subfloor of my trailer.
And
every
this one
time,
here, we just measured just around 10 inches.
10 inches here, right?
Yeah.
And every time it's the tongue, right, on that angle when I'm coming in. So the chances of this hitting, and the fact that it's in front of the axle and it's closer to the tow vehicle,
correct.
I think that's going to help you out. And then worst case scenario, let's say we did hit something.
Well, this is a fiberglass tub insert that's screwed in there. It can be replaced. It can be changed out.
And then for someone like me, let's say 20 years down the line, there's no warranty support or something, who knows?
Yep.
I could still just patch this up pretty easy.
Yep.
There's nothing really structural under this except for the tub.
There is not. That is correct. But like I said, we have a lot of these on the road. Never had an issue. This has been under development for a long, long time. So we're very confident about that. But it's a good thing to point out.
And then talking warranty work, how long have you guys been in the business?
Well, the Little Guy brand's been around for over 22 years.
So you're not going anywhere.
We're not going anywhere. We stand behind our product. It's actually, we were the Little Guy brand of teardrop trailers. We brought that to the market over 25 years ago when there were no teardrop trailers other than people building them themselves out of a kit. And now there's a lot of people who have gotten into the sandbox. There's a lot of manufacturers of teardrop trailers. We just happen to have the best one out there.
Now for those pros. This trailer is bigger than any trailer I've seen of this size. Can you think of any other trailer on the market that offers this many amenities in such a small space? And if it does, can it fit in a garage? And if it can fit in a garage, can you stand up in it, or mostly stand? On that same note, it's also rare to have a trailer this small with either 2 tables or a full-time bed and full-time table option. Typically, you only get a table or a bed. You don't get both in this size of a trailer. You have to tear down one thing to set up another. This model has the benefit of modular components like choosing more sleeping over dining or vice versa. But it also lives large enough that you could have a base configuration that meets both sleeping and eating needs without having to move things around at all. Next, I have to mention that drop floor. It's what sets this trailer apart. When you go to somewhere like Little Guy Trailers in San Diego and look around at all their trailers, you can find quickly that you have to make a tough decision. Do you want a trailer that fits in a garage, but you can't stand up in it when camping? Or do you want a non-standing height teardrop for that gas mileage benefit and garageability? This trailer design alleviates that decision. Similar to the Meerkat trailer that I love, this trailer is small but lives big. But unlike the Meerkat, this trailer has no canvas or moving parts to shift from garage mode to camp mode. Now let's get to those cons. I hear quite often online that people are struggling with the cabinet hardware on these Little Guy trailers. Check out this segment from the channel AFK Days to hear what they experienced on their Little Guy Max.
Yes, those cabinets are gorgeous, but they don't want to stay closed while driving. We went through several systems trying to figure out how to keep those things closed and keep our stuff in place. We eventually came up with a system that included tension rods and baby-proofing paraphernalia.
While this is a problem on little guy trailers, just know it's also a problem for most trailers with quality cabinets. I've experienced this firsthand when traveling with our family in the Scamp. I hear the same problem within Casita forums as well. I just wanted to put it out there so you're aware that if you do go with a trailer like this, there may be some modifications that need to be done on your end. Many of you are not going to like the TV and the microwave. I get you there, I feel the same way. They were building this trailer to live more like a little home on wheels. For many of us, we're going to feel like they almost added too much to this little space. But just remember the TV can be easily removed and the microwave can also be taken out, revealing a storage cubby or retrofitting that same space into another cabinet with a door. Many of you will also take issue with the 5'9" height. I'm not defending it here. Okay, I am a little bit, but just know I was surprised what 5'9" felt like. I'm 5'11", and with shoes on, I'm probably over 6 foot, and I felt very comfortable in that space. I could envision myself prepping food there and changing clothes and feeling much more natural than I would have expected. Yes, I had to bend my neck a bit, but for some reason it felt fairly ergonomic. So my advice for you is make sure to step inside one in person before discounting this trailer if you're taller than 5'9". Like me, you may be surprised. If you're interested in this trailer, check out our tag trailer video here on the left to learn more about azdel, its benefits, and the potential drawbacks of trailers like this. As usual, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next episode.